Okay, Dogecoin. It's time to talk about the Doge. I just want to give my thoughts about this, okay? This is not like some crazy video that's going to have all this technical analysis about the coin, because to be honest, no one knows what the hell they're talking about. Like, all these people, they're trying to understand what Dogecoin is. Like, no one knows what the hell they're talking about. People are assuming they know what they're talking about, so I'm going to assume that I have some perspective to provide here, but no one truly knows, and I think that's important. If you clicked on this video or you came across this video, it's important to understand that Dogecoin. So I'll be honest, I made $100 off of it, and I sold at the right moment because now it's tanking again. But I made $100 off of it. I did not hold the line. No, I did not hodl because I needed those $100. So I was like, oh, it's $100. Let me sell the line. But no, in general, man, Dogecoin to $1. Do I think it's possible? This is the Mick Cook Rages show. I give a Mick Cook Rages opinions on if I think things can happen. I don't know. I think it can go to $1, but I think Dogecoin going to $1, it doesn't require anything technical. Like, it literally is supply and demand. And it's weird because in Doge, there's like infinite supply or something, or there's way too much concentrated supply. So there's literally no value to it at all. But the idea is that if a lot of people buy it, just like GameStop, right? There really wasn't that $480 of value per share. It was not in GameStop. But if all people come together, pushes the stock, right? Blows it up. I think in order for Dogecoin to do that, it requires that type of cultural conscious. Now, can Elon be the person who ushers us into that world? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, he's already tried, and it went from 0.003 cents to like 8 cents at its highs, right? That's a 1,500% increase. That's amazing. That's awesome. But the average person wasn't buying it at 0.003. I saw it. I should have bought like $10,000 worth of it. I would have made like $200,000 off that. But I didn't do that because I didn't know what the hell Dogecoin was. Same thing with Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin is the same process. Obviously, now it's at 50 grand and it's absolutely exploding. But Bitcoin also has a limited amount of supply. I believe there's only $21 billion worth of it worldwide, or 21 billion or million Bitcoins. Correct me if I'm wrong, which means you have to do a lot of intense work to actually mine it, which creates all the supply and demand because it's a limited resource, kind of like gold in some respects. With Doge, that doesn't really exist. Now, it was made as a joke currency, but if that joke currency turns into a more efficient way to distribute like to sell and pay for stuff, right? It becomes what Elon is calling the world's currency. That would be an amazing thing only if everyone bought into Doge as a legitimate entity, right? As a coin that actually has the potential to do that. The problem with that is I don't know if that's possible. Like the same thing with GameStop, right? Like it only lasted for a couple of days and then it bursted. And yeah, maybe, Robinhood played a role in that, but at the end of the day, it happened and then it was gone. So when I think about Dogecoin, I think about everyone in the world kind of like, or not everyone, but a lot of people having to come together and actually provide the catalyst of buying the actual resource in order to drive the price up. I don't know what's going to trigger that, right? And that's the thing I'm trying to figure out because I have money I can invest, right? If I buy it at, like 5 cents right now and it turns to $1, that money could change my life. The question becomes, do I sell it at 55 cents? Because already that money would change my life, right? If I put let's do the math right now. If I put $10,000 into Doge at 0.05, which is what it is at right now, that's 200,000 coins. 200,000 times 0.55 cents is already like 100,000, right? Because times Google is so weird. It's $100,000, right? It's a lot of money, and that's a lot of money for me to the point where I'd probably sell, right? That's 110 grand. I should have done that math on my own, but like I'm not the best at math. That's 110 grand, right? So now I would have to be insanely greedy, in my opinion. I don't say that in a negative way, but pretty greedy to be like, I'm gonna wait till it hits $4 or $5. Like, if I think the investment if I think the coin is actually rising like a Bitcoin type of trend, that would happen. That requires either two things. A, massive amounts of conviction, kind of like 2011 with Bitcoin at $100 to $200. You're like, I'll look back at it at 2021. I don't care. That type of conviction. Or a collective orientation and belief that everyone in the world is hopping into this, like it was for GameStop. But again, that was short-lived. So that type of collective orientation has to last for the long term if Bitcoin or if Dogecoin is ever going to reach $1. Because that, with people buying it right now, when it goes up to 20, 30 cents, people are going to have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their bank accounts or in their brokerage accounts. And they're going to have to make a decision. Do I sell, right, and get that money, which is incredibly valuable, which kind of defeats the point of owning Dogecoin, because the point for it is to be a different currency. So if you sell it and just start using the dollar again, like, then the dollar is the main currency. Like, the point to own the coin is because you want to not only use it one day, but because it's going to be so valuable if it's the world's currency that it'll be way more than 55 cents a coin. It's just a question of now, can the world collectively believe in that? I don't know. I think the overarching thesis that will allow that to happen, it can't just be Elon, because, I mean, he has influence, but I don't know if he would have to come out publicly and say he's buying the coin. And he's already said that he's not going to buy the coin because there's too much concentrated. Like, a couple of people own billions of dollars worth of the coin. So if it goes up more, they get ridiculously rich. And the people that are left holding the bag when they sell, because if someone sells, someone has to buy, are the people who bought it at 6 cents, right? And that's not going to be worth it. Same thing that happened with GameStop. So can Dogecoin go to $1? Yes. Will it? I find it very hard to believe it will. Now, I think a couple of years from now, if this same energy exists, we're going to see a gradual increase. Right now, it's been at 5 to 8 cents for the last month. If it holds until the end of 2021, I think going until 2022, it might have a chance to go to 17 to 18 cents. Now, when I say that, people are like, what are you talking about? It should be at like 30 cents next week. And it's like, I just don't know if that's very realistic, right? Like, yes, we're seeing crazy things with Bitcoin, but again, there's other factors there. To imagine that much of an increase over something is what we all want, right? Is what, and I say all in quotes, because like all of us, if we all wanted that, the price would already be there, because all of us would be buying it and holding it, right? But all of us are not holding the line. And that is the fundamental problem to me in order to get Dogecoin to get up to $1. So I'm going to make some more videos in the future, because I do want to get a little bit more technical with it. I know I said the technical stuff doesn't matter, but maybe it does. I want to do some more research and actually be able to give some valuable content on if Dogecoin could potentially reach $1. But for now, this is just my opinion. I think it requires massive amounts of conviction from people and massive amounts of collective awareness from people that also have that conviction in order for it to get there. And maybe I'm missing something technical, but outside of those two factors, I don't see it getting past 10, 15 cents. And even that, it would be amazing from where it is right now, which is at 5 cents. So the world needs to hold the line. Otherwise, the line is going to end. And I don't have a metaphor to complete this, but yeah, more videos on Dogecoin probably coming in the future.